All right. Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of The Kingdom of the Kael Isles. Yes, this is my custom D&D campaign that the people below me were brave enough to go, I will let you control the fate of my character, or didn't realize what they were getting into. Whichever works. As always, I am the illustrious DM, and you can see today Elaine will be played, the part of Elaine will be played by an owlbear with a heart behind him. Valentine's owlbear, guys. Beyond that, just to kind of give you guys an update, these guys had this idea to, they need people to train all of the people that are joining their rebellion against the Eladrin Magocracy. And they came up with the idea that if they went to the this arena, they could get some of the gladiators to help them out. They went in there with this plan that they had an escape route. The escape route doesn't exist anymore because they got double-crossed. And they've been kind of doing what they can to stay alive, find some allies, and find a way out. Most recently, they did find a way out. But it's apparently had been found out by somebody because they placed an orb in the only way out that didn't just make the water toxic, made it deadly, severely deadly, and actually almost took the life of their cleric. So now that they've fixed that and they've dealt with this orb of poisoning, we're going to call it for right now, because the DM didn't come up with a really nifty name for it. They now have a way out. They haven't actually gone out to see where it goes. They just know that they've seen sunlight, and they know that it doesn't lead to the arena. So beyond that, yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So you guys have just finished a long rest. Again, you guys are in a part of the city that nobody goes to anymore. Probably because the only source of drinkable water there was this poison. So you've been alone. You're going now on, I think, 2.5, 3 days now that you guys have been away from the rest of the gladiators, other than your little chance encounter with Scar. So yeah, what do you guys want to do?
First thing in the morning, I would like to use Lesser Restoration to get rid of this damn poison.
Sure. So as you sit there and concentrate and use the healing powers, you start to feel just the overwhelming sick feeling that you've been feeling ever since you went into that water slowly fade. You get the idea that it's probably going to take a couple days for you to feel 100% yourself, because this was nasty stuff.
Okay.
But you don't think it's impacting your ability to act anymore like it was before.
Pretty shaken by the whole thing. Not a big fan of water, let alone sinking and dying in it.
Mm-hmm. If I remember correctly, you were unaware that there was a Ladrin tech that did this.
Yep. That wasn't me that found out.
So Avok's the only one that actually recognized and knows that this is a rather underhanded tactic that they've used before. So yeah.
Oh. Hey, Avok. Good job with that glowy ball thing. Sorry we couldn't harness its power. I thought it would be useful. I've never seen anything like it before, but after what you told me about it, fuck these guys. I wish I wasn't an Eladrin at this point.
Can I insight check him on that?
Sure.
Thank you. 17.
All right.
Well, I'm going to have to roll against that.
Sure. If you want to whisper it to me, you can.
I rolled not good enough to deceive you, but yeah, I didn't mean that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Avok just like glares at you for a bit and just like,
What's up, buddy? Nice axe.
and just walks away.
So are we gonna wait for Serrated Death, or should we go explore this area since we don't know when they're coming back? Really, it took about a day. We might have a little bit of time left.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you guys sent
Mm-hmm.
you did.
That's where Elena is.
Elaine. Yeah, Elaine is currently using his draconic awesomeness to go find this rated death.
Let's go look around. Why not? We
Yeah.
got nothing else going on. Or
Yeah,
Honestly,
maybe.
why not? It's gonna take a while
Yeah,
for Elaine to get back, anyways.
maybe we find something interesting.
we could go look for one of those other gangs. See if there's anyone in this part of the vaults.
All right. I'll have you all roll me survival checks.
Okay. Alright, survival. Alright.
So what do you got, Avok?
18.
Not bad. Fade.
That's an 8. That pun took a lot out of me.
Kata.
19.
19. Okay. So, Fade, you are still feeling the after effects of your near-death experience and aren't really looking that hard as you guys kind of wander around a little bit in the rubble and kind of broken buildings. Avok and Kata, you guys are focusing a little bit more. Kata, with your experiences kind of growing up in the wild, you're very used to looking for very specific things. Movement is something that you're very good at noticing, and places where you would be in danger if something happens. So box canyons, things like that. And so while you guys are kind of wandering around, Kata, you're remarkably surprised by just the lack of living things around here. You're not even finding fungus. Like it's just dirt and rocks and rubble and things like that. Avok, you're a little bit more military minded, so you're looking for signs of camping. You're looking for signs of tracks being hidden poorly, things like that. And you're also coming up with a whole lot of nothing, to the point where you start getting a little bit unnerved at just the lack of any resemblance that anyone has been here. You know, with as large as the city is, and the fact that the guards haven't found you guys to take you back to the arena since you got out here, it would seem like this would be the perfect place for people that didn't want to go in the arena to hide out. And nothing is here. There's no tracks. There's no signs of people using. I mean, you found quite a few like little hovels and things like that that could make fairly decent places to hide and rest, and none of them show anything. Like your guys' tracks are the only ones around here.
I'm just following, talking to Scar.
You're surprised with how poor a conversationalist he is. Yes, master seems to be one of the few phrases that he knows well. And he also has, from when Avok beat the crap out of him, you can also see part of his brain just kind of sitting there, exposed.
Oh, God. Nothing.
It's weird. This is weird. I just It's on the tip of my tongue. Why?
What are you thinking about?
Well, if, uh, mm, well, thinking really hard here, and I don't like doing that. My head hurts a bit from doing this. But isn't it a little odd that for as long as we've been here now, we have not come across anybody?
Mm,
Like, this is like the very outs, like, there's no lodging guards we've come across here. And I don't know, it's just like, it's weird.
like someone did not want anyone to be here.
It's a very good observation.
Hmm.
As you guys are kind of wandering around and kind of musing aloud, it takes you a couple seconds to notice, but Fade suddenly, Scar is not a few steps behind you anymore.
Mm.
And so as you kind of look at your over your shoulder, you see that your new white is simply standing in place, looking around.
Hey, buddy, what's going on? We're going this way.
Mm,
No.
maybe he sees something. Should I follow his lead, try to do a perception check to
Go
see
for it.
what's okay. Alright. 17?
Okay. As Fade, this is the first time you have ever heard any creature under your any undead creature under your control say no.
It's not right. I don't like it.
Your understanding of how this magic works is no is not in their vocabulary, unless it is followed immediately by the word problem. So this seems very, very odd to you. And
I'm real
Kata,
nervous.
as you start looking around, again, there's no movement, there's no anything, but something starts to feel weird. And something that you developed as basically living as a wild animal, kind of, is you kind of have this danger sense. When bad things are hairing, like the hairs on the back of your neck start to stand on end, and you instinctively will look for a place where you can be safe. And for whatever reason, as you're looking around, you feel something isn't right. Something wrong is going to happen. You are in danger. You need to find a place to be safe.
Scar right. Something not right here.
Detect magic.
Okay. So as your eyes are kind of illuminated by your detect magic spell, you can see Scar standing there, exuding this rather large amount of necrotic energy, with a slight change to it. This is the first time you've ever actually looked at him specifically to detect magic, and you notice that something about whatever the resurrection spell, whatever you did, he is not normal, which you already knew, but now you can kind of see there's something different about him magically. It's not something that you understand. It's something that you've never seen in your years of study and experimentation. This is just not something that's happened before, and it's real weird.
Can it?
Oh,
Jeez,
go ahead.
okay. No, I got nothing.
Okay. So as you're doing that, you also start looking around and notice that other than you can see off in the distance, despite the fact that it only goes for about 30 feet, you can see kind of like a magical aura that is coming from the direction that the uh, orb was buried, which
Uh,
looks relatively familiar to you. That's kind of how you found it when you were swimming. You used the detect magic to see your way around. So that's kind of expected. You're a little bit surprised with how far away you are, the fact that it's still affecting things. But it's not, it's not something that's weird. But beyond that, there's no magic here. Like normally with detect magic, like Avok's weapons will glow, and Kata, being a magical being in general, and someone who controls magic, will glow. And there's always just that little bit of arcane energy in the weave, kind of present everywhere. And you've learned to kind of ignore it when you're using the detect magic spell because that's normal. And the area that you're in right now doesn't have that. There's no magic in the air. There's no connection to the weave.
Can I mean, I technically this spell can't, but can I try to like look deeper? Like, I mean, when we were at Corn's Island, that whole building was filled with power, like coursing through the walls and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I got really used to seeing, for lack of better terms, like power lines. Can I just like look around for something that emanates something? I guess.
Sure. The area that you're in right now, you're on a street. To your left is the kind of sheer wall that is the edge of the city. To your right is buildings and rubbles and stuff like that, and ahead and behind you is the street. Is there a specific place that you want to look?
I think the wall. Like, I
Okay.
mean, I've had a lot of large energy things in walls before, so.
Okay. So you guys watch as Fade kind of turns
Hold on,
and
guys.
just starts walking basically into the wall. Like he's making a dead line straight for the wall. And as you get close enough to it, again, you're not seeing what you expect to see. Again, magic is everywhere. The way that magic works is you kind of dial into the weave and interact with it. And each different kind of magic does it in a different way, but the weave has to be there to do that. And it's not. Or at least you can't see it. And as you go into the wall, again, you could only see about 30 feet in. Nothing. You're not
Is there
even getting like energy from like the ambient energy that you see from inside, rocks and things like that. Like there's nothing here. If it weren't for the fact that you cast a spell and it worked, you would think that you're in a dead magic zone.
right? Is there like a? Can I see like the void of where this is? If I just kind of like just walk around and try to walk around Scar and see if like it's centered on him or he's in the edge of it.
It doesn't seem to be centered on him. And as you kind of walk around with it only lasting 10 minutes, you basically spend the entire 10 minutes going out in kind of wider search patterns. And the whole area, there's nothing. And this is something,
Okay.
again, you've never seen this happen before. Generally, in order for something like that to happen, um, there are certain very, very powerful spells that can create null magic zones. There are a few very powerful creatures like beholders that have the ability to project rays that cancel out magic and stuff like that. Which, again, when that happens, magic stops completely, and you're
mm-hmm.
still able to cast this spell. But again, there's nothing else here.
Okay, so after wasting a couple minutes just walking around, kind of looking like a doofus, I'm gonna go up to Scar. Say, you said no to me, right?
Yes, master.
You're not supposed to be able to do that. What? Why can't we go this way?
Not safe.
How do you know?
Something is wrong. This is the most conversation you've ever had with him.
Mm.
I look at Avok.
don't like agreeing with him.
Okay, let's. I guess let's back up a little bit. I don't know if I'm interested in tackling this without Elaine, whatever this may be.
You're right.
A pool of water kicked my face in yesterday. So.
All
So
of ours.
It's that water, man. It's deadly.
Hey, Scar. What? Where are some of your old rival gangs? Where are they located? And I don't know that he has this information anymore because he's technically dead. So
He just kind of looks at you and just kind of points in the general direction that you guys came from.
have you ever been over here before? Why not?
Bad.
Okay, let's go somewhere else. I'm done. Have we met any of these other gang leaders that we know of,
I don't think so.
No.
or at least members of those other gangs?
I think.
I don't.
No, you guys specifically have not.
Okay.
Technically, you guys were in dead center of Scar's territory, so there was no way you would ever meet any of the other gangs because you never went close enough to their territory to deal with it. You guys think that you probably went through some of the other gangs' territory as you were getting here, but overall, you never saw anybody, which may have had everything to do with the fact that Scar was following you the entire time. I would like let's go perception checks from Ura, buddy.
Okay. And where are I? 12.
Okay, Avok.
19.
All right, and Fade.
Not better than that.
Okay.
18.
But what specifically was yours? Because this will matter.
18.
18. Okay. So still pretty damn good though. Hold please. There we go. I just realized we didn't have any mood music. If I'm gonna kill you guys, I should probably do it in a moody kind of way.
Okay, no moody blues.
As you guys are kind of standing there, again, Kata, that kind of feeling that you need to get to a safe place starts getting stronger and stronger. And it's actually getting really difficult for you to fight it. I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, that's not bad. 23?
All right, I will give you the choice. You feel very, very strongly that you need to leave and find somewhere safe. Do you want to go with your instincts, or do you want to kind of fight them and stay with Avok and Fade?
I want to try and fight.
Okay, so you guys see Kata is starting to breathe heavier. You can see she's turning around, she's crouching down a little bit more, and just seems very, very agitated. Avok and Fade, as you guys notice that, you also notice that it's getting harder to see around you, and you don't quite realize what exactly is going on until you realize that somehow, without you guys noticing it, a little bit of a fog has started to form around the area that you're in. And it's not like leaking from somewhere, it's not being created by something, it's just the air around you has slowly become thicker and thicker. Not enough to really make it difficult to see anything close, but more than about 60 feet away gets blurry. And you guys start to realize that it's not actually like a fog or anything. It's just like your focus almost like you're becoming nearsighted. Everything out of a certain range starts to look fuzzy and starts
That's
to look
disconcerting.
weird. And as you guys are sitting there, um, Kata, you're just focused on really just controlling your instincts and staying with your friends. While Avok and Fade, you guys start noticing the kind of blurriness and just whatever is affecting you guys has started to kind of coalesce, and you start to see movement from the ground underneath you, and what looks like a creature of shadow and smoke starts rising up from the ground, slowly moving around you guys. And then you notice another one starts slowly rising from the ground and moving around. You know, it seems like kind of a natural progression at first, like something's on fire and smoke is coming up, and it seems to be moving with wind patterns and stuff like that don't exist down here, and then suddenly it'll make an erratic movement that's completely unnatural, and then
Oh,
as you guys are
damn it.
looking around, a third form starts to come up right behind Scar, and you see him turn towards it and go, "Death." I'd like everybody to roll for initiative.
I knew I should prep. I stuck with the fairy fire, but I didn't prepare today.
Alright, that's good.
Not bad
Hail
initiative
and well
though.
met, my dude.
It helps. And Fade, I'm going to have Scar. I think with Animate Dead, he has his own initiative, right?
Correct, sir.
Okay, so I'll need both of
You
those
want
from you.
separate? All right.
We start these dudes. All right. Avok, what you got?
22.
Fade?
Fade is a 15, Scar is a 6.
Kata.
19.
Damn, you guys is fast.
I have advantage on initiative.
I keep forgetting that about you. So these three creatures of shadow and smoke come out and start moving menacingly towards you guys. However, before they can do anything, Avok, you are up first.
Okay, Avok struggling with his vision a bit, but he's focusing. Okay.
Like I said, right now, you don't really have any issues seeing anything within about 30 to 60 feet. Anything beyond that just seems blurry. Which, again, is really weird. Like, you can you can see the barrier where this kind of blurriness gets to the point where it interferes with your vision. And then anything within 60 feet of you is kind of hazy, but still possible to see. Like, you're not having difficulty see it, it's just weird.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I think I'm starting to see why this place is spooked. Alright then. Let's kill these fucking things. I'm gonna attack the closest one to me.
Okay.
And I'm raging. So.
Okay. So you guys watch as Avok goes into a blind rage and rushes forward about 10 feet to attack one of these smoke creatures. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Mm-hmm. That's if I'm rolling the right area. Mine is 15 to hit.
15 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, wow, I didn't think I'd hit.
Yeah, they don't seem to be wearing too much armor. It's weird.
That's pretty good. 10 plus 14 plus 2, 16 plus 2. 18 damage.
Math is hard. All right, so you come up, and as you attack the creature with your axe, you're used to seeing the wounds left by this axe not closing up. And you see the creature itself, while the metal seems to cause it discomfort, it seems completely unaffected by the enchantments to the axe.
Frick. Okay. Well, I'll take it again. Oh, really? Fuck. 11 to hit?
So as you swing again, you swing and what looks like should hit it just kind of evaporates around the axe, and you swing straight through it, and the creature just kind of looks at you. Now you can see a little more. It has these glowing eyes staring back at you, seeming to almost pierce your soul. And you hear what sounds like an evil chuckle from it. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
What the fuck are you laughing at? That's my turn.
Kata, you're up next.
Okay, as my bonus action, I'm going to transform into a rhinoceros.
Okay. So you guys watch as Kata kind of crouches down and then starts to grow larger and larger, and her nose changes and turns into a large horn. What would you like to do?
I am going to charge at the creature that Ibab just attacked.
Okay. Go for it.
Let's see. Oh, that's nice. 24 to hit.
Definitely a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Remind me, do attacks when you're transformed count as magical, correct?
Yes, they do. Right. And because I hit with the charge, I get an extra 2d8 bludgeoning.
Go for it.
And I don't know if it's going to be affected by this, but it needs to make a DC 15 strength saving throw.
Okay, and what happens if it fails?
It's not prone.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. Alright. Oops. 21 points of bludgeoning.
All right. So as you run forward in this form, gaining more and more speed, as you collide with it, you almost feel as if you hit nothing. And you actually go straight through the creature to the other side and have to kind of stop yourself before you hit the wall. As you turn around, you see the creature itself is still kind of floating there, moving around, seeming almost as if the attack, you felt it kind of cry out in pain as you went through it, but it seems that beyond the pain it felt of you attacking it, it's fine.
Yeah, I figured it would probably be immune to being prone. I am my turn.
Awesome. Now it's their turn. They start swirling around and moving, and I'm gonna say, due to what you did, Fade, you have two friends.
Hey, buddies. Hail and well met.
That was beautiful. Does an 8 hit you?
Negative.
Are you sure? Can you check your armor class for me again?
8. It's close, but no, sir.
Does a natural 20 hit you?
Oh.
No.
That's bad. I do need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Okay. I'm going to use well, would my shield's ability to take a hit prevent this save?
No, it would not, but it might lessen the damage you take.
All right. Well, 16 to save.
Okay. So you're fine. You take 39 points of necrotic damage as the first creature comes up, and as he gets close, you bring up your shield, and the creature's unable to get a grasp on you. But the second one comes up and goes straight through your armor and kind of clutches onto your heart, and you see him start to drain your life force away from you. but it's really good that you made that con save. Did you want to use your shield to absorb?
That first one, yeah.
Okay.
Not the second one.
Well, the first one didn't do any damage; it missed.
Oh, okay.
So the
Yeah,
second
it's
one,
gonna take the full 39, so
Okay.
it has 8 hit point left.
okay. So as it reaches
Which
in,
is
you
how
kind
I
of
roll.
bring your shield up, and it takes the shield and it starts, and you watch the shield itself start to flicker and fail, and you actually feel some pain as part of the energy that you're kind of given from your connection to the Dark Lady is being drained from you through your shield. So you don't take any damage, but the shield is just about spent. That's those two. The one that you guys are dealing with has decided that Avok looks tasty.
Right.
Does a 16 hit you?
No, it misses.
All right, so it tries to latch on to you, and you guys start noticing that as you try to deflect it with your weapons and things like that, it goes through them. It seems to not be bound by physical forms or anything like that. So you start noticing that the best thing that you can do is move out of the way and dodge it so that it can't grasp onto you. Because every time it gets close to that, you can feel your skin start to blister in the cold. That ends that. We're going to go to Fade. Fade, you have some friends.
I don't like them.
They like you. They really like you.
I'm going to say, "What's up, my dudes?" And I'm going to summon a Guardian of Faith right next to me, and behind them. Well, so behind them, I guess.
Okay.
Not next to me. And something should probably happen. Any creature hostile towards you.
What's up, my Doge?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I don't know. Let me read it to you. Any creature hostile to you that moves to a space within 10 feet of the Guardian for the first time must make their dex save. They're not technically moving, but would they have to do that if he's there?
So the Guardian of Faith is movement based.
Okay.
Kind of like a T-Rex, or it can't see unless you move. So until they move, it's not going to do anything. Unless it says or starts their turn there.
Okay.
They have to actually move for it to take a swing at them.
Then I will create a spiritual warhammer next to me, and I will have it attack one of them.
Is that instead of the?
Yes, instead of.
Okay.
So, a 24 to hit with that.
That's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
8 kind of radiant damage. Or no, force. I wish it was radiant.
Yeah. It seems to hit it.
And then I will also throw a Sacred Flame on the same one.
Okay.
Which is a dex save.
What's the spell save DC?
16.
8. You're going to have to remind me. 8's bigger than 16, right?
That's not how that works.
I don't think you understand this game. I really think you need to get the PHP out again.
You might be right. So that is good. So max damage of 16 radiant damage.
That's not bad at all. All right, so you guys watch as Fade goes around and grabs his holy symbol, and you see this mace appear out of thin air and smack one of the creatures. And as he's doing that, you watch as this bolt of radiant light comes down. This kind of indigo bolt of light comes down and pierces through the shoulder of that same creature. And you see the wound itself doesn't seem to reform immediately, but eventually kind of closes up, and the creature kind of screams out in anger. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
A little help over to Scar.
Scar is up. As Scar is sitting there, Fade, you notice before he reacts, more smoke coming up from beneath him. So he technically follows your commands. So you can command him based on this new knowledge, or ignore it and let him do what he's going to do before.
Boy. Well, he was scared of whatever this is, so I'm gonna tell him to take cover.
Okay.
In, first, I'll say little help, and then I'll look at him and see what's happening. Nah, go away.
All right.
Hide.
So as he runs, the shadow kind of coalesces and tries to grab at him. Does a 23 hit his armor class?
Yes.
Is he immune to necrotic damage?
No. Resistance.
Then he takes 21 necrotic damage, and I need him to make a Constitution saving throw, which should turn into 10, I think, to him.
Doesn't pass.
All right, so his hit point maximum is reduced by 10 hit points
Oh god.
Okay.
as the creature kind of takes a swing at him. You see him run over to one of the pieces of rubble and just kind of place his back against it and kind of crouch down. Anything else he does with his turn?
No.
Technically, you control everything he does, so...
Well, he'll run away and dodge.
Okay.
No, you know what? Does he have a longbow? We had weapons from his party.
Right now, he only has a melee weapon that I can't remember what it was.
We gave him the elf's longsword.
Yeah, so he has the longsword. He doesn't currently have a longbow unless one of you happens to have one with you right now.
Okay,
Nope.
we're good. Nope.
Okay.
Well done.
He could eventually have one because I think in his stat block he has something like that, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He just doesn't have it right now.
Okay.
All right. Top of the order, Avok. Your friend does not seem pleased with you. Go ahead and roll me a perception check real quick.
Okay. What's that? That's not good. That's an 8.
Yeah, you know that you've got a dude in front of you. That's all you know.
No, I'm gonna kill the dude in front of me, hopefully. So, 2 attacks on him.
Go for it.
Really? 13 on the first hit?
13 hits, actually.
My god, jeez.
Barely, but it does.
Good to know. Alright, that's pretty good. 12, 14, plus 2, 16 damage for the first hit. And the second hit. Okay. Okay, that's better. I rolled a 15, and if a
You're
13
fine.
hit,
Go
that's
for
what I
it.
thought. Alright, so damage coming up. Not as good this time, but alright. 7, 9, 11 points of damage.
All right, so again, you swing through it, and you keep expecting the magic to start taking effect, to start draining him of his life force, and nothing. However, the creature itself looks like it's having a very hard time holding its form, and it looks weakened by the attacks that you've made against it. Anything else you want to do?
No, that's it.
All right, Kata, you are up.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to try to finish off the thing I'm facing.
Okay.
Alright. 13?
13 hits. Roll damage.
Okay. Not too much. Not too good. 9 points of bludgeoning.
All right. So, Kata, as you kind of turn yourself around from running through him before, you bring your horn around and it hooks onto some sort of incorporeal mess. And as you rip through it, you hear the creature cry out in agony and then just kind of dissipate.
Yeah.
Anything
And my
else you wanna do with
turn.
your turn?
How about I turn around so I can focus, get ready to face the things that are attacking Fade.
You notice as you look over, you notice that while there's 2 on Fade, there seems to be a third one that has kind of popped up where a scar used to be.
Yeah.
It is their turn. The 2 on Fade are going to take swings at him. Wow, that's uncanny. So that's another nat 20.
Oh
Okay.
And does a 19 hit you?
Sure does.
Okay, so the first attack is 39 necrotic damage.
Oh God!
And I need a con save.
I passed both con saves.
Oh, you did both of them? Okay, cool.
Yep.
Um,
What was the total for that, please?
39 for the first one.
39. Okay.
And the second one is 21 necrotic damage.
Oh God!
Okay. What do you know? Single digit hit points again. This is how I start fights.
And you see them starting to become more ravenous as they see your health dipping lower and lower. And you becoming weaker and weaker. You can start seeing now, instead of just glowing eyes, you can start seeing a mouth with fangs in it. You can see it smiling a little bit as your life force weakens. The next one...
Is this the one by Scar?
Yeah. It's, you know what, actually, no. The reason it's there is because Scar is there. It's actually going to run over to Scar. Because it's already tasted him once. Actually, no, because it hit him. He doesn't want to touch Scar again.
Oh, good.
He's going to go over to... He's going to go over to Kata.
Okay.
Because she actually looks technically the most familiar. 19.
Hits.
Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. That's a big 5.
All right, so you take 21 points of necrotic damage, and your hit point maximum is lowered 21 points.
Okay.
And that counts for both your beast form and your regular form.
Oh God.
That is the end of them. Fade.
Well, that wasn't great. So I will look around real quick. Is there any cover or high ground?
From where you are, again, you're having a hard time seeing very clearly beyond 60 feet. Within 60 feet, you can see there's kind of the wall that Scar has kind of backed himself into. There is no real high ground unless you want to climb on one of the piles of rubble, which might get you, 5 to 10 feet higher.
Nah.
But it
All
also
right.
is unstable rubble, so you're not 100% sure. And again, you
Okay.
watch these guys phase through solid earth, and
Right.
technically through your friends. So
So there's nothing by Avok right now, correct? They killed
technically,
that
the
one?
thing by Kata is next to Avok because they were both attacking the same one before.
Okay. So I'm going to Eladrin Misty Step over to where Scar is,
Okay.
and then I'm going to Guiding Bolt at 4th level, the one that's on Kata.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Come on. 11. Oh, that's a shame.
Has 48 hours passed since your ritual?
Yeah, because the boss.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, I was trying for you. Nope, it's a miss. Sorry.
Okay. I'm done.
All right. Scar is up next, who is now right next to you. What would you like him to do?
Dodge.
Okay. Avok, you're up next.
Yeah, attacking the one that hit Kata.
Okay.
That hits. It was. I rolled a 15. So.
Yeah, you're fine. You guys probably know now they have an AC of 13. So.
Gotcha. All right.
And none of the damage you guys are doing, they're resistant to. So
14 damage on the first hit.
okay.
Second attack. Hang on. Okay, yeah, that's a 14, so that'll hit. And 14 damage again. Alright, that's my 2 attacks. And yeah, frenzy him.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
That's the most calm I've ever heard that phrase. Yeah. No rage.
I know. Next time I'll be a little more.
That's fine. I just found it humorous.
Alright, so that's bonus. That's it for me.
Did you miss the attack?
No, I used my bonus action to frenzy.
Oh.
I can't.
It'll work next turn, I think.
Okay.
I did.
I
Yeah,
thought
I did
as part of the frenzying thing, you could, because you're look it up for me, because I thought you could make an attack as you go into a frenzied rage. I didn't think you'd use
We'll check that. Frenzy. Starting when you choose this path. Yeah. If you do so, okay. You can go into a frenzy when you rage. If you do so for the duration of your rage, you can make a single. Okay, you can make. Oh, so I can.
So going into a frenzy is just a decision that you make.
Oh, then yes, I would like to attack him the third time.
So yeah, go for it.
Jesus, I've been under the wrong impression for so long. Okay, yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Fuck. 4, 5, 7, 9 points of damage.
All right, so you guys watch as Avok goes even more into his rage state and just starts swinging wildly, going through this creature, with each attack taking away large chunks of the form of the creature that just kind of dissipates, but the creature itself keeps kind of reforming again. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Kata, you are up.
Okay.
You have seen Fade looks rough.
Oh God.
You do you.
Okay, I'm going to attack again.
Go for it.
I rolled a 13 plus 7. Yeah.
Yeah, you're great.
Yep.
Roll damage.
Okay. Uh, 11 points of bludgeoning.
All right. As you sit there and attack again, the creature looks like it's starting to have more difficulty holding its form, but it still looks ravenous and hungry. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
No, I'm good.
All right. We're going to go to them. The one next to you is going to switch its attention to the humanoid with the axe. 18.
That is
21 points of necrotic damage, and I need a con save. That if you fail, I would be blown away.
Oh, hold on, I need to do math. Okay. Yeah, I'll be amazed if I failed this. I'm sure I didn't. That's a 22.
You fail, unfortunately. No, you're fine. The other creatures have not yet tasted Scar, so one of them is going to go for Scar. Does a 21 hit Scar?
Yep.
Again, 21 points of necrotic damage and a con save from him, which again with his resistance turns it into 10.
Yep. Fails a save.
All right, so his max is reduced by another 10 hit points.
Okay.
You do notice as the creature comes over and kind of reaches in and starts drawing life force from Scar.
Ooh, did that have disadvantage?
What?
He was dodging. Did that attack have
It didn't have
disadvantage?
disadvantage. Really? Let's try this one more time. Come on. That's a 9.
He has a 14. Oh, yeah.
So it comes over, misses, comes to you. I have rolled, I think this is the fourth 2 I have rolled.
Fine with
Yay!
that, dude.
So it comes over, and again, it reaches towards you. And again, you're realizing that, especially with how weak your shield is right now, trying to deflect attacks from this, it reaches through armor, it reaches through weapons. Your only real defense against it is just to get out of the way. And as it sits there and penetrates your armor, you start to feel that cold, chilling sensation and immediately kind of dive and slam yourself into the wall behind you, which crumbles, and you actually kind of fall over the wall behind you onto the pile of rubble behind it, getting far enough away that the creature can't get a grasp on you. Roll me an acrobatics check.
Oh, good. That's something that the heavy armored cleric is great at.
Oh Lord.
Definitely. That's what you guys train for, isn't it?
17. Yelf Eladrin
So
for the win.
after you kind of fall over the wall, you're able to kind of right yourself and get back up without any difficulty. That's the end of them. Fade, you are up. Again,
Disengage. Run away.
You are actually, from falling over the wall, you are far enough away that you don't have to disengage.
Then, yeah, you're right. So I'm going to move 30 feet away.
Okay.
I am going to guiding bolt whatever Avok is on. Hopefully.
Okay.
21 to hit.
Definitely hit. Roll damage.
See, the whole point of the spell is it gives him advantage on his next attack. So 17 radiant damage.
You don't have weakness, do you? No. There's like 2 creatures in the entire monster manual that have weakness. Cool. So you guys watch as Fade runs away. Fade, as you start getting to the edge of where the world just seems incredibly blurry, you notice that the edge isn't moving as you get closer to it. So it's not that your eyes are not focusing correctly. Something is trapping you. And as you move about 25 feet, or actually about 15 feet, you start noticing that your legs are getting heavier and heavier, and it feels almost like you're walking through water at this point, and you're struggling to get further away. So you only make it about 20 feet as opposed to the full 30 feet. But then you kind of turn around and you point your hand, and this bolt of indigo energy just flies out, hits the creature right in front of Avok, and Avok, you can see it's now outlined very 80s style in this blue light. Anything else you want to do with your turn? I think you still have a bonus action.
Just kind of grasp my shield symbol combo and little help. What's going on here, DL?
Cool. That brings us to Kata. You got a creature in front of you.
And does an Avok go before me?
You are 100% right.
Dodging.
Scar goes first.
He's dodging.
Okay. Then Avok, sorry. It's been a
All
long
right.
day, guys.
That's fair.
Okay.
Well, seeing the disco ball in front of me, I'm gonna smash him.
Go for it. You get advantage.
Awesome. Do I get a natural 20?
Yay!
Really? You're going to
Yes.
feel really, really bad about that. He had 2 hit points.
No.
So
Right.
roll as much damage you want. He's gone from the face of existence.
Well, fair. I'll still say the damage.
Go for it.
Times 2, 16 plus 4, 20, 24 points of damage.
So you see Avok just swing, and the creature just evaporates instantly. You guys can see a little bit of foam forming at Avok's mouth. He's going a little bit crazy. As you kind of focus, you can see there are 2 of these creatures over by Scar, and you can see Fade a little bit further away, breathing incredibly heavily.
All right. Kata's next to me. Well, yeah. I tell the big rhino, go help Fade, and then I go over and attack the ones that are ganging up on Scar.
Okay.
So
Go
one
for
of them, yeah, one attack. All right, that hits because that was 17 plus whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. 8, 12, 14, 16 points of damage on that one.
Okay.
And the second attack, that hits because that's 11 plus 9. That's 20. Okay. All right. Good. 14, 16. That's 18 points of damage.
All right, so you watch as Avok runs over and just starts slashing at the nearest creature he can get to. And the creature itself, again, you're picking these large chunks of smoke and ash just start evaporating as you hit it. The creature's still there, but again, its form starts to flicker and fade. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
That is it.
All right, Kata, you are up next.
Is it a free action or a bonus action to change back?
I actually don't remember. Let me get my PHP real quick.
Are you Moon?
Yeah, I'm a moon druid.
Then it's bonus.
It's supposed to change to animal form, but I'm
I
changing.
think it's a bonus to change back to. I'm going to check to be on the safe side, but I'm relatively certain. Fighter D comes before half. Choose. You can revert to your normal form earlier by using a bonus action on your turn.
Okay. Yeah, then I'm going. Still in rhino form. I go over the fade, change back, and I'm going to use a 3rd level cure wounds.
Make me a athletics check
Okay.
using the rhino stats.
Okay. And let me. Thanks. 14.
So as you sit there, as you get closer to him, what's the speed of the rhino?
40 feet.
40 feet? Okay. So as you get there and you try and get close to him, again, your legs start feeling heavier and heavier, and as you get within about 10 feet of him, you're not able to get any closer with your movement.
Darn it, I don't have healing word prepped.
So you're currently, technically, you are still a rhino at this point. Do you still want to transform back into a druid, or do you want to stay as a rhino?
I'm going to change back, but hold my action until they can hopefully get to me.
Okay, so you're just gonna, if he gets near you, you're gonna cast, I'm assuming, Cure.
Cure one.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So you see Kata start to chant magic, and then just kind of looks at you expectantly, kind of reaching towards you, Fade. The two creatures, they still haven't tasted Scar yet. These ones haven't, so one of them is going to take a swing at Scar.
Dodging.
I don't think... A 12 doesn't hit him, right?
Negative.
I don't need to roll again then. So tries, and again, Scar just kind of moves out of the way. The other one, though, turns towards Avok. Gets a 9. Ignore them. They don't count anymore. Fade, you're up.
Yeah.
Again, as where you are right now, you're surprised by how weak you feel. It feels like gravity almost has just increased, like your entire body has become heavier. and moving further in the direction of kind of the barrier from the rest of the world has become more and more difficult. And you can see Kata reaching out towards you, nature magic kind of glowing in her hands and on her fingertips.
I will say, that's a great idea. I'll get over to her
Okay. So
on
Kata,
the way over.
go ahead and cast the
Okay.
spell.
Oh my god, this is a crappy roll.
Right now,
Alright,
any hit points
so-
are better than no hit points. Especially with
3
creatures
plus.
that drain your hit points.
13 HP gained.
I thank you.
All right, so you feel a little bit better. You can
Then,
feel some of the damage done to you being undone.
I will do the same thing to myself with a 3rd level Cure Wounds for 15.
Okay.
And then I will bonus action Spiritual Weapon attack one of these scumbags.
Go for it.
Natural 1, 9 to hit. Probably
So again,
not.
swings and just goes completely through the creature, not doing anything. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
Tell Scar to dodge. That's it.
Okay. Scar dodges. Avok,
Avok decimates.
go for it.
Yep. Fuck. That's an 11. That does not hit.
So first swing goes straight through the creature, not doing any damage.
That's much better. Okay, that definitely hits.
All right.
For God fucking damn it. 6, 8, 10 damage on the second hit.
So as you sit there and you feel the axe kind of get some drag on something, you take out another chunk of it and the entire creature just kind of dissipates.
Good. Let's get this last
One more
bit.
gone.
Yep. Natural 20.
Yeah!
That misses. They're immune to crits. Actually, you take the damage from the crit. Roll damage.
There. Oh, I love that. Give me a second, gotta do some math. 24, 28, 30, 32 points of damage.
Nice!
No, I have
Did
to
you
do
roll max?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah!
All right. So as you sit there and you swing, you feel a surge of strength and energy go through, and at the last moment you kind of twist the axe and you take this large chunk of smoke and ash from this creature, and it just kind of dissipates. The creature cries out in pain. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
God. That's it. Yeah, I'm good.
Kata, what would you like to do?
Hi. Are there... How many more
There's
creatures
just
are
one
there?
left, and it's over by Avok and Scar.
Let's see. Let's see, where can I...
Kill it with fire.
I wish I could. Let's see.
Right, so what do you want
I'm going to go saber-tooth tiger and try to do my best to make my way towards the last creature.
to do? Okay, so you watch as Kata just starts running and then kind of falls forward, and as she hits the ground, she starts running on all fours and gets bigger and bigger, and these large teeth start to form, and she dives at the creature. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Oh, I wasn't slowed down by
No. You get the idea that trying to leave is difficult. Going back inside is not.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Another thing that's weird, the Fade, you would have realized the same thing, that, turning around and running back in was much easier than trying to run out.
I'm going to do a bite attack.
Go for it.
Okay. Oh, really? That's an 8.
All right, so as you sit there and you dive through it, the creature just kind of dissipates for a second, and you dive into nothing. Go past, you kind of, hit the ground and kind of drift turn back around, baring your fangs at the creature who's still sitting there. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
I'm my turn, and would the lower max hit points be the
This will
same in
technically affect every form you have until it gets fixed.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you. I have my turn.
All right. That's going to turn to the creature. Scar, Avok, Kata. You can all take opportunity attacks if you want.
Oh, nice.
I miss.
That is much better. 20 total.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, this is going to be a claw attack.
Okay.
Oh, nice. 16 points of slashing.
All right, so as it's, you watch the creature kind of turn away and scream as loud as it can as these two smoky claws extend, and it rushes towards Fade. Kata, you take a swing at it and get a little bit, but the creature's still moving towards Fade. Fade, did Scar take an attack or no?
He took a life drain attack.
Okay.
And 16 to hit for 5 necrotic damage, which hopefully does something.
And as he sits there and he attempts to drain the creature of life, nothing happens. It seems completely immune to it. It dives over, and with its last breath, it looks like, attempts to attack Fade yet again. Seriously? 13 doesn't hit, right? So as it comes forward, kind of clawing, you see it kind of dive for you and sort of claw across the ground and comes up and attacks you, and you just dive out of the way, knowing how deadly just touching this creature is. Fade, you are up. The creature is right next to you. Seems to be getting... You've never seen an undead creature, which you're relatively certain this is undead. You've never seen an undead creature get desperate, but this one looks very desperate to kill you.
Sacred Flame. Dex save.
What's the DC?
16.
It makes it.
And then... can my spiritual weapon get its opportunity attack from before? Or can I at least move it
spiritual
up?
Weapons do not have opportunity attacks, but you can move it up.
Alright, we'll do that then. For a 20-something to hit. For 8 force damage. So a total of 17 from me.
It doesn't have... That's interesting. I was just checking to see if it actually had... it was trained at anything. How much force damage? You said 8?
8 force and then 9 radiant. Oh no, it doesn't take any. Never mind. So just 8 force.
Where did the radiant come from?
It would have been sacred, but it passed.
Yeah, it missed. Cool. That ends that. Scar. Anything you want to do with Scar?
Come up and grab it.
Okay.
Try to pull
Scar runs forward. He comes and he kind of envelops the creature and falls straight through.
Okay.
Avok.
I'm just gonna leap in and finish it. Because I know this thing's almost dead.
It looks rough.
That's what I thought. Alright, that definitely it's 17 plus whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, this should probably kill it. Hang on. 11, 15, 17, 19 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
Alright, Avon's gonna leap from where he was, far away, into the air and pretty much come right down on it. Just like splitting it in half and it dissipates.
All right, so you guys watch as Avok takes his great axe in one hand and starts moving towards it. There's that pile of rubble that Fade kind of tripped over, and as you kind of run, you take a step off it, use the rubble, kind of leap up into the air, bring the axe smashing down as you sit there and hit right here next to Scar. As the creature dissipates, and Scar, who's face down right now, hears something impact right next to his ear and kind of just looks up at you, looks at the axe, and then just stays face down for a little bit. So as the creatures fade away, the area that you're in does not.
Yeah.
Do we want to go away from poison gas ball?
Yeah, might be a good idea. Oh wait, I transport back.
Okay. So you guys are now in what kind of looks like a 60-foot radius cylinder. Looking upwards, it doesn't seem to have any limits. Like, you don't see that kind of blurry barrier. But going completely around you guys, there is a barrier that almost kind of looks like, you know, if you were looking through kind of really murky water at something underneath the surface where it's distorted and it's difficult to see. Kind of a similar experience.
I'm going to put my hand. You said the thing is the cylinder moving?
No, it doesn't. At
All
first,
right.
when it first happened, it almost seemed like there was something wrong with your eyes.
Okay.
But as you got closer to the edge, you noticed that, you know, if there's something wrong with your eyes, as you got closer, it should have gotten clearer, and it didn't.
All right. So I know there's nothing there, but I'm going to grab my warhammer,
Okay.
and I'm going to just like take a big swing at the edge of the barrier and
You
cast
mean your
dispel
light
magic.
hammer or your rank weapon, or
No, oh no, it's a mace. Yeah.
okay? Do you still have
And,
that after destroying all of your earthly possessions?
Yeah, mason arm was behind the fire.
Gotcha. All right, so you sit there and swing. I'd like a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Total of 7.
And actually, before you do that, make me an athletics check. We'll keep the 7 in mind for later if it matters.
11.
So as you start getting closer and closer to the wall to try and take a swing at it, you can't get within 5 feet of it. Like, your legs are so heavy, it's like they're being held down, and you can't get close enough to the edge to take a swing at it.
Can I have Scar push me?
Have him make an athletics check.
$11.
He comes up and he starts pushing on you. Nothing.
Okay.
So you guys see Fade is now on one knee, breathing incredibly heavily. It looks like he's having a lot of difficulty walking. What do the rest of you guys want to do?
Maybe try to look for. I know we saw nothing before, but wonder if there's like a source to all this.
Avok's gonna move towards the edge.
Okay.
And
You notice that as you get closer, starting about 30 feet away from the edge, you start noticing it gets more difficult to walk. About 20 feet away, it gets to the point where you actually have to make a really big effort to do anything. So if you want to get closer than 20 feet, I need an athletics check.
That's a 22.
Theoretically, you could still be raging at this point.
Yeah, I think I am still raging.
Okay. So I think that gives you advantage on strength-based checks, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, but it's still 22.
Okay. Figured I'd mention it. So you sit there and you start to understand why it is that Fate is having such issues. So as you're going through, it's like the entire world is trying to pull you down, but you do fight past. Where exactly are you trying to get to? You trying to get to Fate? You trying to get to the edge of this thing? What do you want to do?
I'm going towards the edge.
Okay. You make it within about 5 feet, and as you get there, it's like pins and needles all over your body. Like your entire body is waking up from being asleep. You know that?
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Your whole body feels like that right now, being this close to the edge of whatever this thing is. What do you want to do?
Avok's gonna try and touch the edge with his axe.
Constitution saving throw, please.
There. Alright, that's awesome. That is a 25.
All right. So as you sit there and you reach the axe forward, your axe feels immensely heavy, and as you reach it forward and touch it to the edge of this thing, you feel this wave of energy flow through, and you instinctively feel the idea or get the urge to just drop the axe to prevent from feeling it, but you fight through that urge and you feel this wave of energy just kind of blow through you. You take...
Oh.
Eight and a half. Four force damage. As the
I'm not resistant to force, so I'm taking the 8.
yeah, but you made the save, is what I'm saying.
Oh, duh. Okay, so yes,
if you were resistant, you would have only taken 2. So you take 4 force damage as the barrier itself. You guys watch as the barrier ripples all the way around. The waves that you created when you did that go all the way around whatever this thing is.
Okay.
I really need to keep these books closer.
We're still in initiative order, aren't we?
No, you were out of initiative.
Okay. Avok's going to walk towards Fade. And obviously, I'm going to feel a little bit easier on the walking.
Not really, because technically Fade is
that's
lateral
right.
movement. So I still need a an athletics check.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Awesome. That's a 24.
You're fine. You make it over to Fade without too much difficulty. You are probably about 10 feet away from him. But again, you are shocked at how difficult this is, at just how heavy you feel. You're getting to the point where your muscles are starting to feel fatigued. And you're starting to feel the presence of because you've pushed your body to its limits many, many times before, you're starting to feel the kind of micro tears in your muscles that happens when you're pushing them just a little bit too far.
Ouch.
Nothing permanent, or you're not ripping muscles or anything like that, but you're thinking that pretty soon you're going to start damaging your muscles.
Yeah, gotcha.
So what do you all want to do? Fade, Kata, you haven't really done anything yet. What you watched
Yeah, I
watched
haven't
Avok
done
go over there.
anything because I don't have any spells that could potentially help with this.
Okay, you can just stand there and observe, or you can
Think
try to
about what the
use some of your knowledge to figure out what's going on. You know what?
maybe, but that's gonna help.
Well, with situations where you're dealing with the unknown, a lot of times the most useful thing you can do is change it from the unknown to the known. You know,
Okay.
because once you guys know what this is, you can start figuring out how to fix it. Right now, all you know is touching it is a bad idea.
Okay. Yeah, I maybe think about what can be like causing this or something.
Okay. Roll me a nature check.
Oh
You'll kind of
God.
go through your memory to see if in your lifetime you've ever encountered a situation like this before.
Oh boy. This is gonna go off real well. Yeah, that's a 6.
This seems alien to you.
Mm-hmm.
Fade, anything you want to do? Avok has come over.
I'm going to continue making an effort to get there
Okay.
to dispel magic, whatever this thing is.
I
As
think
soon as I
that
can
someone
touch it.
had dispel magic.
Go ahead and make your
So,
athletics check.
athletics.
Yep.
It's 12.
Can I help him out with that?
You can,
Technically,
but
Scar is helping me too.
Moving 5 feet is not nearly as difficult as moving your full movement, so 12 is actually enough for you to make it there.
Okay.
I have to look at what you're casting dispel magic, right?
Yep.
I have to look. So that is different. Make an ability check using your spellcasting ability.
$23.
Nice.
Shit.
Get the fuck out of here.
So as you sit there and reach forward, I do need a Constitution saving throw because I think the spell's range is touch, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I do need a con save from you.
It's another 11.
Okay. So you take 14 force damage.
And the range.
As
Right,
you-
it says the range on dispel magic is 120 feet. You didn't have to touch it.
Well, I was going for effect too. Fade's pretty dramatic.
Okay, that's true.
That's a good thing.
Carry on then.
You take 14 damage, and as you sit there concentrating and focusing this spell, you guys start seeing the energy start to form, and you start seeing this entire sphere itself, or not sphere, cylinder itself. I know my shapes. Start to shrink basically, and it goes from 60 feet radius down to, with a 23, because that technically is higher than the 9th level spell.
One inch cylinder.
No, it doesn't shrink because of what you rolled. You just have to figure out how it does work. As you cast a spell, and you touch it again, you feel that force damage flow through you, and then Avok, you see him kind of cringe. You hear this cracking sound as a few of the bones in his body actually crack from the force. But he sits there pushing through it, and as you place your hand on there, you notice that the cylinder itself goes from being this kind of blurry distortion to opaque, or opaque, however you pronounce that, around your hand, and then starts spreading all the way around to where now you guys are in this kind of opaque cylinder. And then as you sit there concentrating harder, it turns into this solid white, very pure looking color. And again, spreads out around all of you. And then you watch as little pieces of whatever this thing are start to kind of chip and fall around you guys. And this entire cylinder just starts to break and fall and dissolve around you guys. With Abok and Fade being right next to it, making me dexterity saving throws.
It's a good thing I have advantage on that. Okay, I rolled an 18. That's awesome. That's 21.
Okay, Fade.
14.
All right. So Abok, as you see this stuff start falling down, you see one of the pieces that's barely this big hit the ground next to you and hit with enough force that you would have thought a massive boulder just hit the ground next to you. And as you see more of them starting to fall, you get the idea that you're in a very, very bad spot, and you start running away.
Can I grab Fade?
Make me a strength check. Just straight up strength.
Thank God I'm still raging. Alright, that's a 15.
15. Okay, Fade, I'm going to give you advantage as he kind of yanks you to your feet on your dex save.
18.
All right, a little better. So as you guys are sitting there, you start to run. You see Fade just kind of sitting there, almost in awe of what he's done. You immediately come over, grab him by the back of his armor, and yank him backwards. Fade, that's enough to get you out of your stupor, and you just start running. Make a dex save for Scar as well.
Mm-hmm. He does not pass.
Okay.
With a 7. Oh, that was fun. Thanks for sticking around so long, Scar. You're a real great guy.
18. Plus 6. Someone do math for me. 18 plus 6.
24.
Thank you. 24 force damage as he kind of gets hit by a few of these things. Not being completely moronic, just a little bit slow. As soon as a few of these things impact him, he starts running with you guys. And Kata, as you start seeing pieces of this thing falling and those guys running, you kind of get the idea and get to the center of this place. And you watch as the entirety of whatever this thing was just kind of dissolves around you. And as you look around, you seem to be in the same place you were before. The barrier seems to have fallen. As the pieces hit the ground, they kind of, once they impacted, they kind of just dissolved into nothingness.
So I stumble and fall right into the middle of this area, which is the safe zone.
Alright, after all that, I'm snapping out of my rage.
Okay. So you now can concentrate a little bit better. You feel exhausted.
I know that.
But as you look around, you see Fade looks really, really rough. Kata looks. You don't feel that imminent sense of danger that you did before, but you still feel that something is wrong here. Like that feeling of something not being right has not gone away just because the creatures are gone.
And do I think it might have anything to do with that poison ball?
You actually don't know. With the fact that you've never encountered something like that before, you've got absolutely no idea.
Yeah. Maybe we go back. Fade clearly need rest, and I go. I might too.
Jeez, we've only been away for a few hours. Wait, how long have we been away for?
Like 5 minutes.
It took you guys a couple hours. Like, you wandered around for a couple hours before you got to this point.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
It's been a couple hours.
We've been away for a couple hours, and it's amazing how exhausted we get in this short amount of time.
Detect magic. again.
Okay. Kata, as you watch Fade start to cast a spell, the hairs on the back of your neck start to stand on end. You get that overwhelming sense that you need to find somewhere safe. Go ahead and make me another wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Maybe we really get out of here, guys.
Oh, did this all start when I casted a spell? Son of a...
21?
Again, I give you the choice. You can either listen to your instincts and bolt, or stay with your friends.
And remind me, did this all start after Faye cast,
That same spell.
Yeah. Come on!
All the issues that you guys started having happened probably about 10 or 15 minutes after he cast the spell last time.
Do I have enough info that I can put 2 and 2 together?
I think you're smart enough to see the cause and effect relationship.
Hey, you stop casting that! It's causing it! Come on, let's run!
Fade,
Do I detect
what do you guys
anything?
want to do? As your eyes kind of open again, you can see again whatever Scar is weird. You can also, as you look at him, you can see portions of his necrotic energy. They're like magical scars on him right now. You think probably from whatever creatures that you just faced. There are these deep scars that are definitely visible to you. And as you look around again, there's a severe lack of magic around here. And as you sit there, you guys start to see kind of the blurriness start to happen again.
No, not again, guys. Come on. We should just stop with the spells.
Stop it!
Fade, you have 2 people asking you to stop casting. What would you like to do?
Well, I instantaneously cast the spell, and then she said stop, so I don't cast another spell.
Well, you can end detect magic early if you want. So as long as detect.
Sure.
Okay. So as you do that, and your eyes kind of go back to normal, you can see what looks like the same thing is starting to happen again, but hasn't completed yet. Kata, again, you feel in danger right now, and Avok, even your kind of battlefield danger sense that you've developed is saying that something is not right now.
My barbarian senses are tingling.
Yes. So what do you guys want to do?
Run.
Okay. I'm not one to run away usually, but I get the feeling that if we stay here, we're going to get ourselves killed. So let's find somewhere that isn't weird.
Get out of here.
I slowly walk over to the rubble pile, grab a couple handfuls of stones, and put them in the middle of that area.
Okay. As you're doing that, you're starting to notice again the air is getting harder to see through. You're starting to see that barriers start to form.
Okay, and I just keep walking.
Okay. Do the rest of you guys walk, run? What do you want to do?
Run!
All right, so Kata bursts off. As you get to the edge, you do feel this, like something pulling on you, but you kind of break through it. Avok, what do you do?
Grab Fade's dumbass and just pull him along.
Make me an athletics check.
Never. Oh, wait, I'm not raging anymore. Does my 1 point of exhaustion affect my athletics check? Then I'm thinking about it.
It's all checks, just not attack rolls.
On ability checks.
Yeah, so unfortunately.
Yep. Wait. Ain't that thought. Did I see? Yep. Okay. Just double checking. Alright, so this is gonna suck for me. Okay, that's not too bad. That's a 17.
All right. So pulling him, you try and get him to move further. Fade seems very fine with just kind of sauntering your way out of there, and you're not strong enough to be able to carry a fully armored Eladrin, even with the added strength of you being a barbarian. You have a choice. You can kind of keep his pace with him and try and like hurry his pace a little bit, or you can leave him and run. What would you like to do?
I like to slap him and tell him to snap the fuck out of it and move, you dipshit. Shit.
Okay, so you're gonna stay there. All right. Fade. As you're walking, you feel Avok kind of pull on you, but not really strong enough to do a whole lot more than kind of get your attention. And then he kind of slaps you and says that. What is your reaction to this?
You'll regret that. I continue walking.
Okay. I need athletics checks from the both of you.
Oh, not again.
Kata, after you get past it, that feeling of imminent danger vanishes. And so you kind of stop about 10, 15 feet on the other side of the barrier as you're watching it get more and more opaque and more blurry.
Hurry, guys!
Avok, what you got?
19.
19. So you sit there, and as you start getting closer to it, it's getting harder and harder to move. You eventually get to the barrier, and you start feeling that pain from before. I need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Ruby. Let's roll dice. Okay. That's a that's a 22.
All right. So as you sit there and you get to the edge, you feel that wave of force kind of go through you, and you grit your teeth, and you fall through. You make it through without any extra damage, but you have an additional point of exhaustion.
Oh,
And my speed is halved. Great.
Fade, what did you get?
17.
Kind of a similar situation when you fight through it. You get to the very edge of this field, and as you break through it, you are completely drained by the experience, and you have now an additional point of exhaustion.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. I need a con save from you. Sorry.
No, I failed that with a natural one.
Oh, okay. Then you would take damage as well as the exhaustion. Sorry.
Okay.
no.
That's going to be 4 force damage. 2d10 damage equals 4. And then, yeah, you still have the point of exhaustion.
All right.
And you guys see the barrier behind you solidify, and you start seeing those figures of shadow start to come out of the ground and go around, but they seem completely oblivious to everything outside of that area.
Can I see my stones through the barrier?
You actually can't. It's distorted in that, so you can only see like the shapes inside it, not really specifics. The only reason you can tell those smoke creatures are there is because they're moving and they're black.
Okay.
So they contrast against the stone and everything.
Well, that was uneventful. You ever seen anything like that before there, Mr. Eladrin Tech?
Was that directed at me?
Yup.
Okay. No, I have not. Actually, hang that thought. Jody, have I seen something like that before?
Roll me a history check.
16.
Never.
Okay.
You've never seen a spell that works like that. You're not familiar with any sort of magical trap or anything that you've ever dealt with that has done something like that. And that is the first time you've ever dealt with whatever those smoke creatures were.
Okay. Oh, I have not seen that before, for fuck's sake. I never even seen those fucking things. Okay.
Do the creatures seem to be following us through the barrier?
They seem oblivious of anything outside of the barrier. From what you can tell, again, you can just see dark shapes moving through. But they're
Jody, how
coming closer to you.
How far away is the barrier? Is that barrier from the pool of water?
Well, you guys kind of sauntered for a couple of hours, and due to the fact that you were looking for signs of things, let's say, maybe half a mile away tops.
All right then.
Not particularly far, but not
All right.
not far enough away that you think it could be completely unrelated. But yeah, you traveled a little ways before you found this area.
Oh, I see why no one's ever here.
No, I don't like this place anymore.
Mm-mm.
We know a way out. I'm done here. I'm ready to get the fuck out.
I see
Let-
we need.
Let us wait for Lane.
Yeah, it's me with him and serrated man. And go from there, get us out of here.
Can I? Before we start going anywhere,
Would you guys want to take a short rest or anything? Regain some hit points?
I sure would love to.
Okay.
We'd like to, but technically I'm already at max HP. That doesn't come back until like a long rest, right?
Yeah, the loss of hit points won't come back until a long rest. But
Yeah, I am
you
saying
get-
I'm at HP right now.
do you get your shape changes back or wild shapes back?
I do.
Okay. So you guys go ahead and take a short rest. Is there anything specific that, other than just kind
Jesus.
of bandaging wounds and stuff like that? Is there anything specific you guys want to do on the hour where you're just kind of chilling there? You have something specific you are already going to be doing, I have decided. So
Okay.
you don't get a choice in this. The rest of you guys do.
I don't even think I top off. So my hit die rolls were 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1.
Aw.
Sucks.
Bummer, man.
But you're not dead. I mean, that's a
Mhm.
huge
Yeah. Sure.
There again, but
So, Kata, Avok, are you guys doing anything other than just kind of chilling and bandaging your wounds, or like technically a short rest in order to get it? You can do light activity, so that could be writing in a journal,
Calisthenics.
conversations, working on something, tinkering with something, minor things that don't take a ton of concentration.
Avak is just gonna sit back and take a random stone and just sharpen his axe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys watch as Fade goes and finds kind of a quiet little quarter and sits down and starts to meditate. While you guys do what you do, you are transported to a very familiar place.
Oh boy, I like
However,
her.
due to the contents of this conversation, I am going to let you whisper your questions or comments to me, and I will whisper back. While the rest of you guys are kind of sitting there and just kind of watching him meditate, you're sitting there with his axe. Avok, you're remarkably surprised at how well this axe keeps its edge. Like multiple times when you took these really powerful swings, because there wasn't a lot to stop it, you would drive this axe into the hard ground or drive it into some of these rocks and stones, which normally would not be a smart thing to do with a weapon. It could dent the weapon, it could damage the edge itself, it could chip the weapon. You don't normally want to do that. And you're surprised with just how well this axe keeps its edge. It looks almost pristine, even after kind of abusing it a little bit. Much nicer than before, where it looked like it almost had been forged and created by just breaking off pieces of the metal until it formed this kind of serrated edge. Now it's got this incredibly clean, smooth-looking edge.
Eat your heart out, Korvac.
Oh, wow, Fate is... well, when this happens to me, am I physically in the same place or no?
You are. This is somewhere your mind goes. When you've done resurrection rituals and things like that, when other people have been around, they've simply seen you casting magic and laying sacrifices down. Whereas your experience is that you go to this other place, this formless area with a circle of light. To everyone else, to like Avok and Kata, you just look like you're meditating.
Like, Fate's always been kind of a big fan of Avok's, and ever since he lost his power and did the ritual to essentially get it back, to get back in the DL's good graces, there was something that happened in the hut that was unbeknownst to everyone. We really haven't got into it, but there was a giant beam of blue light that shot out of me into Avok. And ever since then, I think that Fade has more or less ignored Avok, other than asking him questions to get information for himself. And now Avok is being, or what has been, understandably very aggressive towards him. So just before he started praying, there was a very, I don't want to say like menacing, because I'm just an Eladrin next to a giant barbarian human, but there was like a very smiteful look, and then I closed my eyes while facing him and started saying the words.
Did either of us like really notice this?
Make me perception checks, both of you guys.
Okay.
As much fun as passive perception is, I like active perception checks. They're more fun.
Okay. 20 total?
22.
You guys both notice that as really, I can't even spell that right. That's amazing. As Fade went into his meditation, he kind of looked at Avok, and there's just this look of utter distaste flashed on his face very briefly, and then he went back to his kind of stoic Eladrin self and closed his eyes.
Avok flips in the bird and just does his usual thing.
What that about?
Fuck do I know?
Wait, do I remember when I saw when that light hit Avok, right?
What? I'm sorry. Ask that one more time, please.
Oh, why? I saw that light hit Avok when he was doing his ritual, right?
Yeah, you saw
yeah,
it hit
you
him,
saw-
and
you saw
Elaine
it
saw
hit
it
him.
come out of me.
Yeah. Technically, I think Elaine would have seen it come out of you because he was in the hut with you.
Hmm.
So you saw the light hit Avok, and you saw because Avok, it hurt him immensely, so he kind of cried out in pain when it happened.
Do you remember during ritual, you kind of being in pain all of a sudden?
When Faye was doing his religious thing, yeah, I remember.
They think it have to do with that?
Don't know. I really don't care. He pulls any shit, it's gonna cost him.
Hope he okay.
If any of you guys wants to do an advertisement for Backblaze, maybe they'll sponsor us.
Not in the awkward mood at the moment.
Sorry.
No offense to Backblaze.
I think during this time, Scar is probably just pacing around,
Mm-hmm.
brooding, because he's pretty banged up as well. And druids more or less hate undead things as it is. So unless Katalite does something, he's going to kind of like just keep trying to step closer to her, roll just to mess with her.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what Fade told him to do. Not aggressive, just keep inching over or like walk around and then end up a little closer.
And maybe she slowly starts to potentially get more curious as it's nothing. Oh God, Ryan cords. Ow!
I can't spell. Sorry.
That's okay.
So as you guys are sitting there, go ahead and make me perception checks again.
Oh, everyone?
Except for Fade.
Okay.
Fade is preoccupied.
Oh, really? That's a 1.
Yep, you notice nothing.
Yeah, probably because Scar's.
Yeah, you're too you're too distracted by
Scar.
this undead thing that just keeps coming up and going, "I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you."
Wow!
I got 13.
13. Yeah, you don't notice anything either.
Right.
That's all I got. I just typed up like 10 chat bubbles.
Wow.
Information is being exchanged, even though I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
Normally I would do this in front of all of you guys, but there is a few things in here that Fade may not want to reveal, so.
Okay. No,
It's all good.
that's fine.
If I can command...
Give me just one more second.
Yeah.
I have to think about how to phrase this.
What was Song's name? What are those two dudes that came out and took her away? What did they call her?
Lost?
Lust. That's what it was. So I really want to go find those spiders and make them my friends. We only burned down half their city last time. They probably don't completely hate us.
Not the spiders.
Man, looking back or just thinking back, Fate has really screwed the pooch on a lot of big stuff.
Yes, he did.
I lost our super magic sail that was taking us around.
That's right.
And with that final message, you are back where you were before, Fade, with your friends. You can see that it looks like Kata and Avok have kind of been chit-chatting while you've been meditating.
How long did that take? Or how long was I in her realm?
Almost the full hour. It seemed like just a few minutes, but when you come up, you can see everyone else is kind of dusting themselves off, getting ready to go again. And at the very, very tail end, you hear something very, very different that is obviously not from the conversation you just had.
Uh-oh.
As I come out of that trance, I was more or less, I had my mace out in front of me. That's what I hit the ground with when I fell. I notch that loop on my belt and I pull out the blacksmith's hammer, that decorative dwarven artifact, and just start holding it.
So,
Fuck yes. Okay.
Avok and Kata, go ahead and make me insight checks.
Oh, okay.
Gladly.
Oh, sick turn.
Not my strongest suit, but that's not bad. 15.
Okay.
That's 20.
Kata, you don't really notice much. Again, you're getting sick of "I'm not touching you." Avok, as you see him come out of the trance, you see him kind of shake his head, and you've seen Eladrin quote unquote sleep before. They just go into a trance for 4 hours. That's how they sleep. So you've seen this before with other Eladrin that you served under. But at the very end, you see his eyes kind of fade, and you see him kind of look around like he just heard something. And then he, and then he just goes about his business again.
Enjoy your meditating.
I was ensuring that your axe retains its power.
Appreciate that. Actually, no. I want to insight check him again.
Okay.
I'm trying to get...
I think if you whisper me and put a roll in it, you can secretly roll for me. Go ahead and do that.
Wait, me?
No, just Fade.
Gotcha.
Actually, no, you go ahead and do it too.
Alright, how do I do that whisper thing again?
So what you want to do is type /W space and then Trainer Jody, and it should whisper me.
Gotcha. Alright.
So neither one of you is going to know if the other one is lying unless you choose. For this particular instance, normally it's not that big a deal, but this is heavy stuff, so.
Alright.
Okay.
Nice. Love it.
So I tell Avok that I'm trying to keep his axe
Okay.
energized, and then I look at Kata. Is he bothering you? Look at that scar.
Kind of.
I'm sorry about that. Scar, leave her alone. What's wrong with you?
He kind of turns to you and goes, Master, and kind of walks back towards you.
Thank you.
Of course. Anything for a friend.
Friend, huh? I'm not sure how I feel about you being our friend, considering your constant bullshit.
Certainly isn't constant.
Well, given the past few seconds, it certainly was.
I'm not. I don't like this slavery nonsense. Not used to this. It's getting on my nerves.
And you're getting on my nerves if you keep lying to me. So why don't you start telling us what the fuck is going on, Fade? Because I am really getting annoyed here.
This is funny. This is not what. Okay. I cast Zone of Truth. It's like, get over here.
Wow. So you guys watch as Fade. Shit. What school of magic is that?
That is Z. End of spellbook.
What?
Is my thing being ridiculous now?
Okay, no, it's fine.
Enchantment.
That's fine.
Like, is there any feedback coming off of me?
Feedback from what?
I have the laptop plugged in, the magnet that messed with.
Oh,
No.
no feedback.
Awesome. So I can stop muting myself.
Yeah,
Ugh.
that works. Yeah, you sound fine.
Great.
So you guys watch as Fade starts to concentrate, and you see this kind of wave of blue indigo energy kind of come out from him and kind of settle around you guys. And in, I think, what's the radius? 20 feet, something like that?
60 feet.
60
Should
feet,
get
okay.
all of us.
So a pretty large radius. You guys just feel different, very, very different. You're not exactly sure, especially since Avok, you've probably Avok, choose even or odd.
Even.
Nope, you've never seen anyone use this. You have no idea what's going on right now, but you feel very different.
Faye, what the hell did you just do?
What?
I'm actually not.
Is everyone in
Can you save from Zone of Truth?
Sure can.
Technically, yeah.
Charisma.
Okay. Why doesn't everybody secretly make me charisma saving throws?
Gotcha.
And what is your spell save DC?
16.
Okay.
Fuck.
So you can go ahead and make the roll and then just whisper it to me. We're using a crap ton of whispers right now, but I think this is really going well.
Yeah. Fuck.
So as everyone comes into the circle,
So what's the code again, Jody?
I think, I'm not 100% certain this will work, but if you type /W space
Okay.
Trainer Jody, and then type, just for you, type roll 1d20 plus whatever your charisma modifier is.
Which is nothing.
Okay, so yeah, just type roll 1d20. I'm not sure to let you whisper me that, but I'd like it to. If it doesn't, roll 20 if you're watching this, you need to add that feature, because secret rolls are awesome.
Alright. I rolled with my regular dice anyway.
That works fine. So just whisper me whatever you got. And you will know, because again, it's a DC 16, so you will know, and I will know whether or not you saved from it, but...
I'm pretty sure I didn't.
Nobody else will know, so you guys won't technically be able to tell if you're lying or not. So, Fade, as everyone asks what this is, I'm assuming you're going to explain the spell you just cast.
I am very...
Screw it, you guys all saw it anyway.
I dragged my foot and made the circle in the 15-foot whatever radius. Told everyone to come in here, did some magic-y stuff, and when they all felt that, I started talking immediately from the center of the circle. This, my friends, is the circle of trust. You may not lie in this circle. Kata.
Yes?
Try to lie to me. Tell me, what is your name?
Oh god.
Avok. That's your name, right?
Yes, it is.
Try to tell me your name is something else.
So stupid. My name is Avok.
Jody, that could possibly be a spoiler what they just asked me.
Well, you don't have to tell me what you don't want to.
Basically, if you guys are not 100% sure what you want to say, if you whisper me, I will whisper you back with what your response would be.
Okay. Alright. My name is Kata.
My name is Fade.
Right.
Did you try to say your own name? Because I didn't.
I try to bullshit.
All right. The purpose of this is to air out what we need to air out. I understand there's some weird stuff going on, but you've seen me from the start go through some crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not under my control. This is gods. This is ancient forces. This is beyond me. This is beyond us. This is everything. This is the realm. This is an entire race of people, all the races of people. I mean, for fuck's sakes, we found an ancient dragon that was being tortured and we released them. That's kind of a big deal. Like, we're just people. We're not special. But stuff is going on. And for all intents and purposes, all I can tell you is what I know. And it's not much. My deity, who doesn't really want me saying her name,
by the way,
she's
using her pseudonym is perfectly fine. It's just her true name.
Okay.
You're not allowed to speak to anyone.
In public, I shouldn't be even saying Dark Lady,
in
but
general,
these guys, it's okay.
it's become habit that you just reference her as my deity, because in public you go, oh, my deity, and no one would think. So that's just reflex for you at this point.
Okay.
But there isn't a rule against it. You just know in a Latin society, people would not have enjoyed you worshiping this particular deity.
Okay. She's got us on a path to save us all from, I don't even know what's coming, but she's the only help we have, and I'm doing everything I can to ensure we retain that help. Avok, your axe is a great example of that. Elaine, I'm just saying, Elaine had an experience with her and has been changed forever. And her dragon, the big giant thing that we rescued, the all-powerful monstrosity that he is, he's on board. Like, that's happened. All this is real. We just have to keep moving forward. And I'm not saying this for myself. Your weapon is important, but so is mine. And this hammer, and I'm pretty sure that the Serrated Death, if we can get him out of here, he'll be able to use this to further us in essentially making us strong enough to help in these crazy dark times. I know that's a lot, but I mean, I think I've just proven we can't lie in this circle. This is the truth. This is the whole truth. This is everything that I can tell you guys. I'm dedicated to you and keeping you safe, but I have to follow my deity's path. Do you have any questions? I've laid it all out. This is everything that I can tell you.
Nope. I good.
I go over and try to hug Kata.
She does not seem against that idea. We gotta go back to her in context. It's remarkable how much dust these things pick up. I'm sitting here watching you guys and I have to keep moving my head around so I can actually see your faces.
Yeah.
All right, so Fade goes over and hugs Kata, and she's from what you guys can all tell, she seems to accept this. Avok, any questions you have for him? Is there anything you'd like to do? Once he mentioned the zone of truth, while you've never observed it, you do know there were two forms of interrogation that you know Eladrin have done to some of your compatriots and things like that. I guess you can call him the nicer Eladrin, would use this zone of truth spell, and you have friends that came back going, I did everything I could. I physically could not lie. It was like someone else was talking for me. It was really weird. And the other one is called Detect Thoughts, where they actually reach into your head and rip thoughts out, and it's a very uncomfortable experience. You had it happen once to you when an Eladrin thought that you were keeping something from him when you actually weren't. So you've experienced someone kind of reaching into your head and ripping thoughts out. You've never experienced this zone of truth, but from what your compatriots had told you, it feels very similar.
Honestly, Fade, I could give two shits about this whole destiny thing.
You're wrapped up in it, whether you want to be or not.
What I want is revenge. And that's all I'm saying.
I thought we killed Corin.
Believe it or not, Corin wasn't even on my list originally. I have another pissant in mind who is so going to die when I see him.
Do we know him?
I doubt it.
Who is it? Please don't say me. Please don't say me.
God. It's not you, you idiot. No.
One of the things you guys all realize while you're in this circle is it's not impossible to keep thoughts to yourself, but you have an incredibly strong urge that anything that pops into your head comes out your mouth while you're in this zone.
Right. Faye, before I met you, I, I do believe I was actually meant to come here before I got wrapped up in that platinum rapier dick.
Do you? I have his name here. If you need it,
I know. I still know his name. No worries.
I should winning because I completely forgot what the guy's name was, so I just opened up your backstory. All right.
Okay. Yeah. Before I met you, I tried to kill my brother's killer, and clearly that didn't go well. And he's still out there commanding, probably more like me. I'm sure he's still recruiting my type.
Well, I can tell you're serious about this, and it means a lot. If it's within my power, I'll help you. I'm not as strong as you, but we all have our own strength one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fade, I'm going to have you make a sleight of hand check for me.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. We need to get this rebellion underway, because if I'm going to find him, I'm going to need as much force as I can get.
Well, then I think it is of the utmost importance that we get back to the pool. We regroup with Elaine and hopefully Knife Death. And if he's willing, we need to get out of here.
How long does Zone of Truth last?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? Okay. No, it's still fine. Because of how long this conversation has taken, you guys are starting to get to the end of the spell itself. You guys can feel the magic itself starting to wane a little bit, and you get the idea that if you want any more technically completely truthful answers, you should probably ask the questions very quickly.
At this point, what's his face? Scar is not in the circle, you know. I move towards him to leave the circle.
Okay. So you guys watch his fade.
Before Faye leaves the circle, I'm asking one last question.
Okay. So you kind of put your hand on his shoulder to stop him from leaving. Not like gripping him or anything. We're kind of letting him know. And you say,
Answer me this. Do you miss what you once were? Before me and everyone else came into the picture.
I had a lot. I was from a prominent family, and I had money, I had friends, I had status, high status for a cleric, which isn't great, but I was among the top of my my rank. And since this all began, I mean, I know you haven't had it well, but I've gone from having everything to nothing. Everyone I've ever known has shunned me and hunted me. I don't think I miss it. I I regret not having it, and I regret not having the means to do what I need. If I wasn't shunned and hunted as we all are, I might have the means to get us out of here quickly. We wouldn't have had to deal with a lot of this, but it is what it is. We're here. We have to deal with it, and I believe in something that's more than me. I've devoted my life to that mantra, and I will continue to do so.
And as he says that, you guys feel the magic slowly fade away.
All right, fine.
And I go over to Scar, and I actually, even though he's my minion, I actually take a knee and I thank him for his warning before. We could have avoided a lot of pain had I listened to you.
And so he just looked at you and goes, Master, I serve.
I stand up and go over to shake Avok's hand.
Which, by the way, watching Avok thank one of his creations, like you guys have only seen him create one other creature.
Oh, Durfla.
And he never really, he was a pet, but he never really, he didn't seem massively crushed when Durfla was crushed. So watching him do that seems very weird.
All right, so you have your hand that's extended.
I get ready to cast command. Not really. Just kidding.
Hey.
Avok takes a moment. All right. Does the that style.
Okay.
The hero handshake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brings Fade towards him and whispers in his ear, "You betray us, I will kill you. My only warning to you." And let's go.
And that is where we're going to end it for tonight.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this, is your first time watching it, I do upload all the episodes to my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/TraderJody. You can follow me on Twitter. I normally do tweet about this tonight. I was a little bit under the weather, so I just kind of started streaming. But it's I'm at Trainer Jody there. You can follow me here. I do run games every Tuesday. I run some sort of D&D type thingy, whether it's this campaign or another campaign that I'm running. So yeah, anyway, that's all from me today, and I will see you guys next time, all right?
Bye.
Bye-bye!
See ya.